Let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a pretty revolutionary shift in software testing. I mean, forget about AI that just suggests code snippets. We're talking about AI that can actually write, run, and even debug your tests for you.
Yeah, that probably sounds familiar, right? For so many people in QA, this is the daily grind. You're in this endless loop of writing manual tests, running these slow, clunky regression suites, and then the worst part, sinking hours just trying to figure out why something failed. It's a huge bottleneck.
But what if we could just break that cycle? Seriously, just imagine an AI that could take one of your manual test cases, written in plain English, and just do the rest. It generates the code, runs it in a real browser, and hands you a report when it finds a bug.
Hold on a second. AI can actually run the tests? How does that even work? I mean, a standard AI can't see my project files or interact with my desktop. And you're absolutely right, they couldn't. That's where this new piece of tech comes in, and it's basically a bridge. It's called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short.
Okay, so explain MCP like I'm a manual tester who's heard a lot of buzzwords. Fair enough. Just think of MCP as a secure connection, a bridge between an AI model and your own local computer. It's an open protocol that gives the AI permission to see and use the exact tools you're already using, your code editor, your project files, and even your browser.
So it's not just chatting with me anymore, it's actually doing the work? That's it, exactly. And this slide really nails that shift. Before, AI was just a passive assistant. It could give you ideas. But with MSCP, it becomes an active collaborator that can read your project for real context and actually execute tasks. Okay, so if MCP is the bridge, what's the car that's actually driving across that bridge to interact with our web app? Right, and where does a tool like Playwright fit into all of this?
Playwright is that car. For anyone who hasn't used it, it's a super powerful framework for writing scripts that can control a browser. It can click buttons, fill out forms, take screenshots. Basically, it gives the AI the hands and eyes it needs to operate a browser just like a person would.
So the AI is the brains that writes the script, and Playwright is the engine that actually runs it in the browser? Yes. And the whole thing just becomes seamless. When you connect the AI's intelligence to Playwright's power using that MCP bridge, the system can automatically capture every single action and, more importantly, every error along the way.
Okay, let's put it all together and walk through a real end-to-end example. We'll start with a super common manual test case and see how it gets turned into a fully automated report.
Ah, a classic. That's something I probably write in some form every single day.
Right, so you give the AI that simple instruction. First, it reads it. Then, using MCP, it securely accesses your project to understand the app's structure. From there, it generates the actual Playwright script, launches a real browser, runs the test, and captures everything, the results, screenshots, logs, and wraps it all up in a neat little report for you. The big takeaway here is the new workflow. You're not doing the tedious work anymore. Exactly. You supervise, and the AI executes.
Okay, this is amazing when things pass. But let's be real, the most important job of any test is to fail correctly. So what happens when something actually breaks?
This right here is where the magic really happens. The system doesn't just say, hey, a test failed. It shows you exactly why. It automatically grabs a screenshot at the moment of failure, records a video of the entire test run, and saves detailed trace files so you can inspect every single step. It even analyzes the error logs and can suggest a fix. It just completely eliminates that whole tedious process of trying to reproduce a bug manually. Wow. So it's like having a senior automation engineer sitting right next to me, just instantly giving me all the diagnostic info I could ever need. That is exactly the idea.
So this obviously leads to a pretty big question. If the AI is writing scripts and debugging failures, what does this mean for the future of the QA profession itself?
Yeah, let's just get to the elephant in the room. If an AI can automate my manual test cases, does that mean I'm going to be out of a job? And the answer to that is a hard no. It absolutely does not make QA irrelevant. It makes QA smarter. This whole shift isn't about replacing people. It's about automating the repetitive, boring parts of the job so that humans can focus on what we do best. And this chart here shows that new division of labor perfectly. The AI takes over the repetition, generating those basic scripts and logging the obvious errors.
And that frees you up to work on strategy, designing really complex scenarios, hunting for tricky edge cases, and analyzing root causes to improve the entire testing strategy. To put it simply, the AI handles the execution, and I handle the insight.
So the future of QA really isn't about manual versus automation anymore. No, it's about AI-assisted quality engineering. It's a world where human intelligence directs and supervises really powerful AI execution.
And I think if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this simple idea. AI is not here to replace testers. It is here to upgrade them. It gives us the tools to finally eliminate the tedious grunt work and elevate the role of QA to that of a true quality architect.
Okay, I